Hi, I'm Andrea Ivory, your host of Living for Longevity, a podcast designed to help you live your best life, presented by the Women's Breast and Heart Initiative, a nonprofit organization that transforms and saves lives through disease prevention and early detection. Today, I am honored to introduce our esteemed guest, Marina Arsenicheva. She is a renowned plant based chef, an artist, and also the founder of KLEENSWEETS, a Miami based company that designs and handcrafts, yes, handcrafts, premium organic products and desserts. Marina, welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Andrea. Very honored to be here and tell you my story. Thank you very much.
Well, we are so honored to have you. So many of us struggle with what we call a sweet tooth. And in a world where processed sugar laden treats are the norm, even though they are harmful to our bodies, they lack significant nutrition, but still we consume them, we indulge, we overindulge. But today we're going to learn about other options and we will also explore wonderful, delicious plant based options and desserts. And I couldn't be happier to go down this journey because I am one of those people who has a sweet tooth. Marina, are you ready?
I am.
Let's get to it. Please tell us more about yourself.
My name is Marina. I am a creator and founder of KLEENSWEETS. I am native to Ukraine and came to the United States 15 years ago and have been doing desserts full time now 4 years.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for sharing that. And what led you to the path of becoming this exotic dessert chef with plant-based foods?
So growing up, I had allergies. I was allergic to sweets as a main thing, but also like to everything that was to flowers and trees, and it was not, especially every summer. And I would scratch myself, basically even to a blood, in a way. So and eating sugar was provoking that as well. So my mom would always would always keep me away from desserts, again just to help me not to scratch myself even further. Since I already was doing that no matter what. And the years went by and that thing was gone. And I let myself into bodybuilding years ago. And when everybody was doing it, it was a popular thing to do. But that meant that I was very much into dieting, right? It was, you just had to be very strict on everything you consume, counting calories, measuring, and stuff like that. And no dessert, of course, too. And since I was doing so, as I was doing that, unfortunately, it kind of affected me mentally because none of us normal people are used to frames, are used to not living willingly and enjoying this life. So mentally, it played with me a joke. I, at some point, stopped completely and I went crazy on food, and then I was eating like I've never seen food before, and then I realized, oh my god, what have I done to myself? I went back to again waiting out, measuring, counting the calories and so on, and I've done it multiple times to a point when my body said enough is enough. I'm not helping, I'm not doing anything, and it stopped working. It almost like shut down in a way where nothing I was doing was helping me to feel good, to look good. I gained a lot of weight and no exercising, absolutely nothing. And again, it also had a lot to do with mental perspective of that as well. Mm-hmm. So in that at that time, I also moved to New York, and then I met some challenges there. Then I came back to Florida, and eventually I was like, okay, I gotta stop. I gotta get back myself to who I am, how I want to live. And I also want a dessert too, right? Where I'm used to eating sweets. But how now can I eat a dessert and not to affect myself?
That's extremely interesting, and welcome again to America. I'm so glad that you're here and you brought all of these amazing stories and that led you to this path. And according to the CDC, consuming too much sugar in your diet leads to major health concerns like weight gain, obesity, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease, among others. But the good news is that reducing your intake of processed sugar or even eliminating it can reduce your risks and even help you with longevity. And now, Marina, I'm going to ask you, what are organic desserts?
What are clean sweets, in other words?
Okay,
Yes.
what are clean sweets?
What are clean sweets? So clean sweets are desserts that are made with nuts, berries, fruits, natural oils like coconut, cacao, superfoods like maca, lucuma, and so on, that are 100% unprocessed with no additives, no preservatives, no chemicals, no food dyes, no nothing. Literally a dessert that made out of nuts, berries, and fruits. And and of course the high quality ingredients such as organic ingredients in major cases possible when available. I'm trying to use, of course, as well too.
Wow.
That we can.
And it sounds like there are a lot of ingredients involved, but what do you use instead of processed sugars to sweeten your desserts?
Sure. So mostly desserts are sweetened with dates, and then I've also used a little bit of agave to sweeten them too, or maple syrup. And in case of diabetes and people who have cancer and stuff, then I use monk fruit, which is another safe sweetener to use in desserts.
It's exciting to know. And Marina, are there any health benefits to consuming organic desserts?
Well, there are definitely health benefits to consuming clean sweets desserts. And I say, desserts that nourish your body for a reason. And that is like my a part of the brand. And how so, right? Well, all desserts are uncooked. They raw. Means that everything they made with have never been processed or touched with a high temperature. Because what happens when you cook something or bake or whatever, good things in whatever ingredients they come with, minerals and vitamins, unfortunately they die under the heat. And the beauty of raw desserts, consuming clean sweet desserts, is in exactly that. So a nut was growing or a berry or fruit was growing, picked out, everything beautiful, amazing, nourishing it has within it has been put it into a bar or cake or whatever, and never ever have been processed. And so that's most importantly why consuming these desserts is a part of your question.
Wonderful. Well, what other products do you create?
Sure. So all desserts related products such as cake, tarts, dessert bars, candy bars. I don't bake anything, so I'm honestly not doing any muffins or any cupcakes, even though people ask me for that. No cookies, I don't do any of that. But everything within ice creams, yes. Everything within what can be turned into a dessert, yet not being cooked in an oven.
So everything that you prepare is raw.
100%.
That is exciting to know as well. Well, you came here with your story of your childhood not being able to eat desserts. What inspired you when you came here? What inspired you to make desserts that are not only organic and raw?
Well, that are not only organic and raw?
Well, they're raw.
Yes. So exactly my personal story that I've shared earlier, when I myself was looking into way of consuming desserts, yet not hurt myself, not hurt my my health. And basically, when I found these desserts, when I found the raw culture years ago, when nobody knew about it, all it looked like it's like we align to ourselves with our own eyes, because when you lay out nuts, berries, whatever, bananas, it's just that for you. But when you turn it into a cake, right, it's already a cake. So you kind of tweak your mind and you're already consuming a cake.
How do you source your berries and your raw ingredients? Do you pick them? Do you have just a farm that you go to and you make orders and pick them up? How do you source them?
I source them all myself. I be honest with you, I do not go to farm, unfortunately, because it's not as easy to go to one, and also, unfortunately, I think we don't have a amazing farm market in Miami to go to. So most of the ingredients that I use are come from Whole Foods store or Trader Joe's store, where I go myself, never order any delivery. Just me, I don't trust no delivery guy. I go in and I look at how fresh it is. It must be fresh, must look pretty, it must be nice before I obviously buy it. But yes, I don't. I do it all myself.
So it's truly handcrafted from the beginning to the end.
Exactly, yeah.
This is a very interesting, it must be time consuming. How much time do you spend shopping for these things?
Well, sometimes I can go twice a day. Sometimes, I go 3 times a week. But I do not look at it as a time consuming, even though it is. It's just, for me, it's a part of what I love and do. And honestly, produce stores excite me as well. So I love going there. Producers excite me more than any other type of a store. There are some stores that are so amazing, filled with produce, beautiful, different, that when I go there, I want to say, oh my God, I want to live in this store. Just let me be here. But yes, I don't look at it as a time consumer. It's all a part of a process that I love doing, and put my heart into it.
And when you source these different fruits, how do you come up with what you need to purchase?
Well, meaning what I need based on what kind of flavor, right, I make. That's just that. So I first decide if I launch a new box, for example, or a new flavor of the cake. I first decide what it is. I kind of play with it in my head, kind of imagine how 2 or 3 flavors in one will combine and play together. Will they marry? Will they not? And then I go. Then I just go. I purchase what I've decided in my head that's gonna be the next thing, or I order it, or I see where I can find it. If it's a passion fruit, for instance, it's something that you need to research, because it's something that's not always available easily. But that's it, and then I just go and buy it.
And if you ever need a taste tester, you have my number.
I love that.
So what advice can you share with our audience that can make a difference in their lives?
I personally believe in life in moderation and life with no limits. I think that food is something, it actually doesn't harm us when we appreciate it. I think that we must say thank you to whatever we eat, and only then it's going to do good. So I'm a strong believer in that. Every friend of mine who comes to me with, oh my God, I just ate, I need to run 5,000 miles. Not good. It's not the way to live. Even though someone decides to eat a croissant or any other type of food that they think isn't good for them, I think that when you eat it once and you love it and you appreciate it, it does good. So an advice I would love to share is literally enjoy and appreciate whatever is in front of you on a plate, because only then and only then this whatever you are eating will do better than worse. And of course, in moderation. Obviously, I'm not saying, hey, go eat thousands of kilograms of pasta and thank the pasta and then you'll be okay. No, but I believe that, and also I would say maybe not to follow any diets in a way of a trend, because unfortunately, vegan, for instance, became a big trend, and people are following the trend and not following their heart. Our body knows exactly what we need. Listen to your body. That's it. Listen to what it wants, what it asks for, and thank it. And that's it. You'll be happy and healthy and all good things.
And then with desserts, we always eat them last. Do you have any type of advice that you can give our audience for what comes before the desserts? Are there certain types of foods that, kind of interact with our palate so that they will be able to enjoy these wonderful, delicious flavors that you've put together?
Honestly, that's people eat what they love, right? And it's always they all everyone always leaves a room for dessert. That's no matter how much you've eaten, there is always a room and place for dessert. It's just in this case, eating a dessert after an actual meal, eating clean sweet dessert after an actual meal, isn't gonna make a person feel heavy or tired, comparing to a sugary regular type of a dessert. So, but also clean sweets are a food on its own as well because they are high in calories because of the nuts and stuff. So some people eat just that and don't need an actual meal. Like in the morning, I know stories when they eat it with their coffee and they feel energized, they feel good, they're ready to go and conquer uh, the world.
So the caloric intake is good because you can have this as a meal and it will count for about how many calories? Just for
Sure.
breakfast, if you talk about it.
250 to 300 calories approximately is one bar like that, for example. But what are these calories? The main question is not how many calories are in it. What kind of calorie is that? Because there is a different calorie situation, and then there are bad calories, there are good calories. These are all good calories. They all mostly come from fat. They are little protein in it and very little sugar, which is carbohydrates as well. So mainly fat. And as you know, fat, what moves us, it's a fuel to our brain, to heart, to our liver. And that's it. And so exactly I'm not saying substitute a meal with a dessert, absolutely not. I just know that some of my clients love having it in the morning, so then it keeps them going for, an hour or two before they actually get to an actual lunch or breakfast.
So we think of desserts as sugary, sweet things. This is just the exact opposite. This could be considered a meal. So you could eat it for your breakfast, and it gives you energy. Tell us more of the benefits of these desserts.
Absolutely, it absolutely gives an energy. That the main benefits is definitely getting energy, getting beautiful vitamins, minerals that come in a fruit or berry or nut that dessert has been made with, and all the beautiful fats like in coconut oil or cacao that never been processed, obviously, that never been killed within an ingredient before it became a dessert. So consuming clean sweets basically gives you all the benefits of the product that Mother Nature gave us. That's number one thing. And the second, I think, is feeling good, like feeling proud of yourself after eating a good dessert, not feeling guilty, not feeling heavy, not feeling bloated or inflamed. Just feel good that you've done a good thing. You've eaten something healthy as is. There is no other way to put it. It's the healthiest version possible. Yes, it's not made out of air, but some people do wonder, oh, can you take away this, and this, and that? Unfortunately, I cannot make a dessert out of the air, but everything that has been put into that is the cleanest possible. Then now I can sit here and proudly say, is it good for you? Yes, it is.
And does it have any protein? Do you use any dairy? Does it have any protein at all?
No, so no, there's no animal product used whatsoever. Of course, there's little protein in cashew, almond, or pistachio, yes, but that's not a major source of protein in the dessert. And then no dairy whatsoever. No gluten, no dairy, nothing of that.
So, in closing, you've already shared what advice that you would give. Can you please just direct the audience as to how they can receive your products. You're here in Miami. I have people who are watching or listening that are across the country.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how they can have an opportunity to sample your wonderful products?
Sure. So in Miami is easy. There is a delivery, my personal delivery service that I provide, as well as desserts are represented in a coffee shop in Sunny Isles area too, or I have a big online store. And as far as nationwide, I recently started shipping nationwide as well. Not everything, not every single product that I make, very specific ones that that have a chance. Let's put it this way: that have a chance to be to fly out to a person the next day and still be in one piece, like, and look like a dessert because of the nature of the nature product. It must be kept cold, and not most of the product that I make must be kept always in cold. So not all of them will survive like in 1 day air shipping, but some will, and I've done it and I'm doing it, and I must ship some today as well too. Yes, and people are buying it, and it's very exciting to honestly to think about it, that here in Miami I make these desserts, but somebody in San Francisco or New York receives them. Yeah, it's kind of big deal for personally for me.
Now, I know those who are listening can't see it, but there's a reason that these ingredients aren't cooked, and they are able to withstand the travel. And look how beautiful they are. I see 5 different flavors here. Can you tell me a little bit about your ingredients and how they're able to be just presented here without being cooked?
Sure. I'd love to. So what I brought in today are dessert bars collection. That's what I call them. And what makes them special is that they've been fermented with probiotics, plant-based probiotic, of course, which outside of given effects and a flavor in a way that I was looking into. So giving a little tartness, a little bit of kind of reminding a dessert from my childhood. It also, of course, gives beautiful benefits for our gut. So knowing that now you all, as well as eating dessert, helping your gut to process it, process whatever else is going on in life, and it's kind of extra boost that comes with it. And some main ingredients are cashew that have been fermented with probiotic for 72 hours, and then 5 flavors in this box that you will be enjoying soon are passion fruit, pistachio, vanilla and strawberry, black currant, it's a nature berry to my country, and chocolate and hazelnut. And this box has been a winner. It's, I think, a second year I've been doing this very box with these very flavors too. So yeah, I'm excited for you to taste it.
Thank you so very much. This has been very, very enlightening. And now I just like to wrap up with our audience. Just a couple of quick things that you can do to reduce your processed sugars and use natural sugars. And as Marina was already sharing, try consuming fresh fruits like blackberries or watermelon or cantaloupe or oranges or even avocado, which is low in sugar and has amazing benefits.
Yes.
And then when cooking, you can substitute dates or bananas. Try those instead of using processed sugar. Not only do they taste great, but it also has amazing health benefits. And I always like to close our segment with gratitude. So I'd like to thank our production team. I could not do this without them. And specifically, I want to do a shout out to one who is a high school student. That would be Moritz Acosta. He is amazing. He has his own nonprofit organization, which is actually equipping the next generation to be the leaders of the country that we need them to be. He is doing amazing things here in South Florida, but also throughout the state and in Washington, D.C. Remember his name. And then to the town of Miami Lakes Mayor, Manny Sid. Thank you for opening your heart, your office, and your podcast studio to host Living for Longevity. And finally, to our esteemed guest,
Thank you.
Marina. I'm going to just call you Marina
Do
Clean
that.
Sweets
Yes.
from now
Yes.
on. Marina Clean Sweets. Thank you so very much for joining us. Keep developing, keep creating, keep inspiring, keep serving, and keep living your best life.
Thank you, Andrea.
I am Andrea Ivory, your host of Living for Longevity, a podcast designed to help you live your best life, presented by the Women's Breast and Heart Initiative, a nonprofit organization that transforms and saves lives through disease prevention and early detection. Featured will be stories of triumph over tragedy, lifestyle experts, strategies to help you live a disease deterrent lifestyle, and resources to guide you along the way so that you can live your best life and enjoy more time with family and friends doing the things that you love to do. Please follow Living for Longevity, the podcast. You can also find us at flbreasthealth.com, where you can find resources to help you along the way and even donate to our mission to transform and save lives. We're also social. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube at the WBHI and on Instagram and X at WBHI. Please remember this name, Clean Sweets. We are excited to have her here. And until we meet again, tune in next month for another episode. Live your best life. Thank you.